Hi, everyone. Welcome to the GameGravy Rewind Podcast. This is Michael speaking, and this is episode 66. And with me today, I have Dante and Chris.
What's going on, everybody? We're 3 away from that magical number. Ooh.
Oh, man. So magical.
We gotta do
so
something special for that
juvenile.
number.
Hi guys.
Yes. You know, that's how we roll.
I like even on the second take of starting this podcast, we still laugh like children.
I know. It just sounds so funny. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's how
because
it
it just
works.
came out of nowhere. Just to be like, hey, that magical number. Ugh.
It's funnier the second time. So this week's podcast is about backlogs. There's a lot of holidays that come up, birthdays, Christmases, Hanukkahs, you name it, they're there. There's a lot of digital online sales. People have been buying up games super cheap, and I think we are going to be talking about how you handle backlogs, how big your backlog is, and how you wade your way through it.
Yeah, especially right now. I mean, this week there were some big releases this week, and then at the end of February and into March, you know, we've got Horizon and the Switch and Mass Effect all
Yes.
coming out within 4 weeks of each other too. So
Yeah, and then the PSN had the hot sale, and you know, games were like $2.99 or $3.99 or whatever.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
less than $5.
So for a lot of actually pretty decent titles.
Yeah.
So it's hard to stay on top of things, and I mean, I even got stuff from for Christmas and stuff that I haven't even got to yet, or things for my birthday that I bought for myself that I haven't got to. They're still wrapped in the plastic. It's hard to keep track. Who wants to go first?
I mean, I'll go first.
yeah, Chris, go. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, okay, so first, let me go and get to my notes here. I actually counted when you told me about what we were going to talk about. I actually counted my backlog as far as PS4 games. I have 23 on my backlog. 8 of them
Wow.
I've started and never finished. That's including Watch Dogs 2, some other games. But the main one is like Watch Dogs 2 and Mafia 3. I started, just never finished. And then 20 of those are actually come from the game deals from whatnot. Like I have both Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain in there. Even though I've already played those games, I would like to actually play them again. Just
Sure.
Cause 3 is in there. Like another game that I started and just never finished. God of War 3, Alien Isolation, the game that you reviewed last year,
Yes.
Mike.
Yeah.
I have got that. That was actually on one of the deals. It was where it comes with all the DLC.
Yep.
got
That's
that.
on my list too, man. That's on my list too.
And I actually also have The Evil Within, another game that like scared the bejesus out of me. I just didn't finish, which is I'm actually surprised why I'm playing Resident Evil 7 now. But you know, it is what it is.
Which looks horrifying.
Yeah, how I handle it, honestly, during slow periods, like right now this week. I mean, this week has just been crazy with me playing Resident Evil, and but as far as like any other time,
How do you organize them? Like, how do you know what your backlogs are and what you have and when you got them? Do you just have them in the stack somewhere, or you just know?
I just know because mainly those most of my games are digital games. Most of them are, because that's the only way I really buy things now is digital.
Sure.
And we're going to be talking more about that next week on our next topic.
Yes.
But
Nice.
distract away from.
That was a really
distract
nice
away
plug
from
right there.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Keeping content flowing. You know.
But how I organize it is mainly because of the fact that, like, if I figure out if I'm the game I know that I want to beat right away, I know I can play through. Because I've already played it, I know it's going to take me only like maybe 8 to 10 hours.
Sure.
Then I'll go ahead and just burn through it real quickly. But if it's a game that I'm going to try to like do everything and try to get at least as many trophies as I can and stuff like that, then I'll just wait until like the summer when nothing's really out, and I'll just complete it that way.
That makes sense.
But
Yeah. All right.
What about you, Dante?
Oh, geez. As you were talking, I just counted mine up too, which I didn't want to do because I didn't want to know the number. And it's as bad as I thought. It's 33 games.
Wow.
Those are
Gosh.
yeah, yeah. That's why I told you guys I wasn't gonna buy Resident Evil or Kingdom Hearts or any of that stuff until down the road. But
Makes sense.
this is the thing with my list though is that it includes games that I've beaten but want to replay, and then also DLC that I've bought but have not played.
That's
Ooh.
fair. I didn't
So-
even count that. Holy crap.
Yeah, so like I mean, it sounds like the number sounds absurd, and it is, but there are some games on there that I don't have to have on there. There's some DLC that's a lot shorter, but my list has some juggernauts on it. Like I've never finished all the DLC for The Witcher, and I know that'll take me an absurd amount of time. Like all the stuff for Diablo 3, all the stuff for Skyrim, the remaster of Skyrim. I bought that. Like all of the stuff in Fallout that I haven't done, things like that. So, the list is daunting, but I did do a pretty cool way to organize it, and it was by like how much time I thought I would need to do them, and also
Interesting.
in type of game too, so I don't get burnt out on like Fallout and Skyrim because they're similar type games. Like they're a little bit further away from each other, so I don't get burnt out on that type of game. Like The Witcher and Skyrim, same thing. Like those are
like
far
open
away
world
from each other.
RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So right now I'm working on Uncharted 3, which I've already played, obviously, and Grand Theft Auto 5. So those are very very dissimilar games. But Uncharted's a quicker game, and Grand Theft Auto is a monster. So if I can only play for a few, like 20-30 minutes, I'll pop in Uncharted, I'll play that, and I'll get the hell out of there. If I have a little more time,
Sure.
I'll play Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's stuff that you can easily pick up and go.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Xenoblade's on there like right now too. So like it's those 3 games are the games that I've gone back and forth with.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a long game. I sold my Wii U, so I can't play it, but I have it.
Okay.
But it's on my list as well. So one day I will finish it. Is there anything else, Dante?
I mean, there's big games on there, but I didn't know that we were going to get into the specifics of each game, but I figured you guys would. And I have a list too of just like games I'm going to buy this year too. So I have that reminder of, hey, Horizon's coming out at the end of February. Zelda's coming out in early March. Mass Effect's coming out in late March. I need to get my crap together and get these games done. At least whittle this list down a little bit. And as much as I want to play Resident Evil, I'm holding off until I whittle it down a little bit. And then South Park too. Like South Park's supposed to be out relatively soon too.
But they didn't announce a release date for that yet, did they?
Yeah, I don't think they did. I thought maybe it was March, but
They did say Q1 or whatever.
Yeah.
which is in Q1 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a placeholder date of March 31st on there, and we'll see if that comes to fruition or not.
I have a feeling it's going to be either beginning mid-March. We'll
But
see.
also, you gotta also remember there's also the Tom Clancy's Wildlands game that comes out in March as well.
Yes.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
you guys are
The
interested.
Ghost
in that.
Recon game.
Yeah, the Ghost Recon game, and then as well in February, I don't know if you guys are interested in it, but For Honor comes out, and Halo Wars 2 comes out in February.
I'm not a big
That's what I'm
Halo
sa-
Wars fan.
That's what I'm
but
saying. It's such a tsunami of we had that small grace period of
Yeah.
mid-December to mid-January of nothing coming out. Just being able to play the games you already have, and then this week starts the tsunami.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy. Like it used to be in previous generations where you really only got big games in the fall, and now I think the industry has done a really good job of spacing those big games out to give people time to play, and giving people a large variety of games to play at any time.
Yeah. No, I agree. I have about 20 in my list, but you know, it's tough. I even have a couple on Xbox 360.
You know, I didn't even
goes,
count my Xbox One games.
yeah, no, I count everything. I mean, essentially, what I do is I'm a nerd. I have an Excel sheet, and I kind of put the date that I got the game itself, the type of game, and then I kind of order them in level of like interest in gameplay type, kind of like how you did, Dante. So I don't get burned out on all first person shooters or something like that. But I have, like, for instance, like I have Infinite Warfare on there. I have Metal Gear. I haven't played through the whole Metal Gear on PS4. Aliens on there as well too. I have not beaten that game yet, but I was doing a video series on it for a while, and then I just got busy with other videos, so I stopped doing that. But I'll pick that up again. Let's see, Watch Dogs 2 was on there. Lego Dimensions is on there too now. They have so much content in that game, it's hard to get through. Even Battlefield 1, which I love, I still haven't made it through that yet.
Neither have I, now that I'm actually thinking about it. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I think I've
and
only done
The Witcher 3.
The 3 stories.
Fallout 4. So I haven't made it through any of those games yet. But, you know, I intend to. I literally just beat Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, so I'm not going to play the Call of Duty right now. I am playing Elder Scrolls Online, because that was sitting on my shelf in the plastic, and I'm like, let's see what this is about. And it's amazing, and I'm like level 20 now on my character, and there's so much content and DLC content, and just the story is super good too. So I was just like, oh, this is fun. I'm having a good time. So that's going to be on my playlist for a while. I might as well get my money's worth.
So then let me ask this question then. Do you guys play games that are like that are kind of like your guilty pleasure games? It's pretty much just to waste time. Because I have mine as far as like with Madden, Ark, that just that I can talk forever about Ark and how I have a relationship
mine
with
is
it.
Destiny, because I've beaten the crap out of that game, but I'm part of a raid group, and I just go on there and play for hours still with all these people, because you're playing with a bunch of friends,
right?
And we'll just do raids and stuff. Like, I literally the game's almost platinumed out for me. I'm super close. So yeah, I shouldn't be playing it, but I like it. So I keep, you know what I mean?
Right,
I just keep playing it. But
I don't know. For me, it's like Madden, and then I have 2K, and like I said, like Ark. You can spend hours in Ark, and it doesn't matter. The next time you spawn in, everything that you did will be destroyed. But, you know.
Yeah, so it's always keeping you busy.
Yeah.
You know, I play NHL with my brother a bunch too. That's always fun. And it's NHL 16, not 17. I haven't gotten that one yet, so.
Well, they do have a sale on it right now on the PlayStation Network.
I know, I saw that, but I want to get that's for the other podcast. But I don't want to buy it digitally. I'd rather have it the disc for big titles like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to get into it too much, but personally, for me, when I'm buying big titles like that, and I trade in systems or upgrade and stuff, and I want to have games to trade in to help recuperate those costs instead of all living in my digital library and get nothing for it.
Gotcha. I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
for instance, people bought like the what was it? Like, say for instance, I know a lot of people who didn't really like what was that game? The Order 1866.
I liked that game. But Anthony hated it. You didn't really like it. Jeff didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean that's another game that I started and didn't finish because I was like, you know what?
Dude, it was like a 4-hour game. I think I beat that so quick.
Yeah, I know, but like when playing it, I was in the mentality of thinking like, I want this to be a good game. I want this to be a good game. I want this to be a good game. But then I got to the point where I was like, this is not a good game. Ma'am, I'm just gonna stop right here and just hope that the rest of the game is fine. Everything will be peachy and clean. It's not like I went into it and thinking like, okay, look how fast I'm gonna try to beat this as fast as I can, like I did with Kane and Lynch 2. Kane and Lynch 2 I beat in less than 2 hours.
Holy crap!
Yeah,
are you serious?
I went through that thing faster than anything because I knew the fact that I knew it was probably gonna be short, and I wanted to see how short it was gonna be. So I
See
rented it
that
when
I
I
kind of
worked
went
at
through that.
GameStop and
I kind of
brought it
went through
home,
that too.
played it, and brought it back.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But you did it intentionally.
Yeah, I did it intentionally, but if I wasn't doing it intentionally, then I'm pretty sure it would take me longer.
I just like the world and environment of the Order. Like the environment was cool, like the storyline. I like that those type of stories. I guess that feeling,
Right.
or the
The
style of
steampunk
the.
era.
Yeah, the aesthetics and the environment of that and the backstory and everything was really cool.
Yeah, it's like
I,
werewolves, vampires, kind of.
yeah,
I don't know.
they did a great job building that game. The world, the aesthetics, the style of it, all that, and then they just forgot to make the game cool.
Yes.
At least for
Yeah.
me, and that was my problem with Mafia 3. Like as much as I was looking forward to Mafia 3, um, everything about Mafia 3 is awesome except for the game,
Yes.
like the actual
Yes.
gameplay. And that was like that was the game of the fall for me. That was the one I was looking forward to the most, was that game. And then
Yeah, it had
it just,
potential, but
broke my heart. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I hear you on the Order. There's games like that come around that are technical showpieces that just don't have the soul or the
chops.
gameplay to work.
Yeah, I mean, I like the stealth options and fun things like that. I had fun with it, but I didn't pay full price for the game, and I wouldn't have. It felt like a DLC or or showcase demo. To be honest
Right.
with you, I wish they really blew it out and added way more depth to it, way more depth in the story, and just more levels and more. It was very linear. There was not much exploration you could do. It was very, very linear. It was kind of like almost like a Telltale game, but you could probably explore a little bit more in Telltale games.
Exactly. And how do you think I feel? I paid the collector's edition price for it, so
Yeah, I would have been mad then.
it's still burning inside me each time I look at the statue for it.
I think the deal I got was I got it all for $30. I think so. To me, it was worth the $30, but not 60.
Yeah, I don't want to give them a free pass or anything, but I mean that studio went from a couple of God of War PSP games into a giant showpiece for the PS4.
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
that's a pretty big jump. So I really hope, I don't know what they're working on right now. I really hope that they take what they learned from that game and give us something that has a little more meat to the bones, because I really like their style of development.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see. But
I agree.
I
Do
mean,
you know what else I'm excited for?
what's up?
That Marvel game.
Yes.
yeah, if anybody doesn't know, today is January 26th, and as of today, Marvel and Square announced their partnership to work on games together.
Yes.
And the first game is an Avengers game made by Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal, the guys that made Rise of the Tomb Raider and Deus Ex.
Now, do you think that the fact that the Crystal Dynamics break up into two teams, or maybe they're working on a Tomb Raider sequel, or they just give up on Tomb Raider and just solely working on the Marvel?
Yeah, I think we have a situation kind of like how WB did with Rocksteady, where somebody else worked on Batman Arkham Origins, and they worked on something else, and maybe they'll come back to Tomb Raider. Those two games are so fantastic. They're two of my favorite games of the last 5-6 years. And
It's on my list, my backlog list.
which one? Like Rise or both of them?
Oh no, Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The remake or Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, Rise of the Tomb, like
Okay.
the new remake and Rise of the Tomb Raider. I haven't played one or two.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
okay.
the remake is awesome, and Rise of the Tomb Raider is on my backlog.
Yeah, those are both very good games. They have a lot of Metroid Prime.
Really cheap.
Yeah, they have a lot of Metroid Prime in them. That's one of the reasons why I love them so much. But dude, like that pairing is that's so great that they're putting those studios into a Marvel game. We just haven't had good licensed games from them in a really long time.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm sure they're probably scared of messing it up and don't want to ruin the franchise, and Disney's really picky, so they got a good fit.
Yeah, with between Insomniac working on Spider-Man and these guys working on the Avengers, they picked some really good partners to work on their stuff. And I think
Yeah,
Chris made made a really good point on the Facebook group about how WB has done such a better job with with the Batman Arkham games and Injustice
Yeah.
that Marvel has a little catching up to do
yeah,
on their video game side.
Well, I mean, they will always have Lego, but it's not as to me isn't
yeah.
it's no Batman Arkham City or Night. Well, Night wasn't really critically received that well, but yeah, I want to say City or even what's the first one? Asylum.
Yeah, Asylum was the first one. Interesting. You know, I just realized, I don't think I asked you, Dante, for your backlogs, do you write them down, log it? What do you do with yours?
I have a list on my phone, so
Oh, okay. So you do have a digital list too, like me.
yeah. I didn't Excel it or anything with date of purchase and all that stuff. I didn't go full nerd.
I'm curious
it's
what
on me.
some of our listeners do. I think Google Doc would be a really good one too, because it's free,
Yeah.
tied to your Gmail. You
Yeah,
can
so you
always
can
access
access
it
it.
from your phone.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it.
Yep.
You guys, a bunch of nerds.
Whatever.
I agree.
Hey, you gotta
I
know.
agree.
Chris just wings it. He's like, "Yeah, I got a bunch of games I need to play. I guess I should just look at my games and just know."
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
for me, I had to do it. I had to do it this way, otherwise I would be very unorganized.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
Just with
well,
it.
for me, I look at it the fact of like, okay, do I want to play this game now? How many games can I fit on my system right now? Downloading on my system right now. Okay. Now, when during the time of day or whatever, I'd be like, okay, maybe I want to play that game right now. Play through a little bit, then stop, then go to another game, stop, then maybe when some of our friends get on, we jump on 2K or something, and then I'll play like a mindless game that I don't really care about for a little bit, and then whatever the case may be. As long as it's not a story-centric game, I'm fine. I'll,
Makes sense.
yeah.
That actually brings up a really good point. I like the way you do that. I guess, does your backlog ever stop you from just popping on a game to just have fun with it and just play something just for the fun of it, as opposed to, you're playing, like if Chris is playing 2K or Madden and he's like, and you just think, oh man, I have 4 games I need to be playing right now.
I mean, I always have that in the back of my head as far as like, in fact, when my friends get on, they're like, oh, well, I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, okay, you have these games you need to go through. You bought them, you paid money for them, but yet you're sitting here playing the same game for like you've played with these guys for hours and hours upon time. But I mean, you can't. I don't know. For then, you gotta think about like if you're going to talk about like spending time talking to your friends or missing jokes and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, we had this, we did this happened, that happened, or you can miss the fact of like, dang it, that was a really good game, or dang, why the heck did I play this game instead of being.
Yeah.
I do try to get into, if I'm playing something like when Mike or Eddie are playing Destiny, I've tried to pop into a group chat with them and talk to them while they're playing Destiny, and I'm playing something else. That's something that I enjoy, because we can still talk and
Yeah.
hang out, over chat and all that stuff without me having to play Destiny. So that's one thing that I enjoy about that. But,
Yeah, I do like social features on there. I think that's an important part of gaming, is connecting with your friends and hanging out while you're playing.
Yeah. Yeah, I catch myself sometimes, especially with games that I've already played, or if I just want to pop in Resogun for a little while. I'm playing that for 20, 30 minutes. You're like, oh, my time is limited. I could have used those 30 minutes on The Witcher or Xenoblade or...
Yeah, but I have
other.
a apprehensiveness to do that, because then you get sucked into it and you want to do more and more,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're like, crap, I gotta go, but I don't want to.
Right, exactly.
And like, I don't like to halfway plow through. I don't like to eat content like in small chunks like that, like ultra small chunks. I'd rather just be able to sit there for an hour and enjoy like one storyline or something like that, and then turn it off. you know, that way you remember it.
That's actually how I'm playing Resident Evil right now, to be honest.
It's like by chapter.
No, actually, to be honest, there's not even freaking chapters in this game. I just play it by save points.
That's smart then. There's no chapters?
No. Like, literally, you're walking through this house, getting scared, and like as soon as you get to a save point and you save, and then that's when I just be like, okay, I'm done. Or if the fact that I know I'm not going to another game, I'll leave my PlayStation in rest mode and then I come back to it when I turn it back on.
Okay.
But like when you leave and you don't save, oh, you're starting back from your save point.
Oh gosh, that doesn't seem like a good intuitive system.
Well, they're going back to how the old Resident Evil games were, I'm assuming.
That's how they were, and they were annoying.
Yeah, that's how they're going back to it. But like each time when you die from like one of the crazy people, and these people are crazy. But when you die from one of them, then you return back from the encounter that you had with them, which is weird. Also, the first initial load times for that game freaking suck. They're like...
Well, it sounds like the game is so dynamic. It's got a lot of stuff to load.
It has a lot to load. Don't get me wrong. It has a ton to load. And when you first start out, when you first pop in the game, it is really weird because you're outside the house and it doesn't look as graphically as good as it could look.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't really spend that much time on the outside part of the house. But when you go inside, everything is detailed. Everything has... The amount of detail inside the house is like crazy. It's just that the first initial, when you're outside and you're going up to the house, is just really weird. And it doesn't...
Can I ask a dumb question?
What's up?
I know this game is a little different, but is there still any tie to Umbrella Corporation in this game?
I have not seen any, to be honest.
Because it kind of feels like one of those Rob Zombie movies that I absolutely disliked, but a lot of people hate. A lot of people walked out of the movie theater, like the House of a Thousand Corpses kind of type of deal. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I understand.
It kind of feels like a game movie like that instead of like the Umbrella Corporation experiment that someone walked in on. Like, that's the one reason mainly why I loved Resident Evil, is because there's this weird, sinister, secretive corporation doing things, and you're uncovering some of their secret plans that you're not supposed to. Honestly, in the process, seeing some gruesome, crazy things.
Honestly, what it feels like to me while playing this game, it feels like the end of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, I get that feeling. I get that feeling too. It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or like being mauled by some family. I don't know. Like, I want to know what the tie-in is. Why is it Resident Evil?
I don't know, because the fact that these family members are freaking crazy, and they will keep coming after you no matter what you do.
It's a horror. It's like a horror game, but it's like it almost kind of just reminds me of the craziness of Silent Hills. Yeah, you know what I mean. But like, there's at least a plot line of story of why it's happening.
Yes, but for that you need to like pick up as far as like as many notes, as many pictures that have like some story elements on the back of it. All these different things. Pretty much the main story is, okay, your name is Ethan and you're going to try to find your wife, who has been missing for about 3 years, and you've got this strange cryptic message saying the fact like she's at this house or whatever, and you need to come get her. So Ethan goes there and everything, and he meets this family inside this crazy house. But first he meets his wife, and then turns out that she's not all there in the head. And whatnot, and then you meet this family.
So it's like a horror movie.
Yeah, it's exactly like a horror movie. And like when you get to the table, the family meeting table, where you see the other family members, and like where you pretty much, this is no spoiler. You see it in trailers, you've seen it in pictures, you've seen it everywhere. And you're tied to this chair, and you just can't move. And I can imagine how this is going to be in VR, which is going to be freaking creepy and crazy. And you're seeing all this happening before you, and it's like, holy crap, where the heck am I? You guys are not zombies. You guys are not like human, because clearly, if I shoot at you, if I hit you with a hatchet or whatever, you're not gonna die, but yet you coming at me for God knows reason why.
Mm-hmm.
And there's other things that happen in the game, which I'm not going to spoil, that make you question the fact of how does this tie in. But you know but you hear that you know the word biohazard is in the game. So
okay,
how does everything tie in? I have not yet discovered.
Yeah,
that.
because it's like with this, why did they say Resident Evil 7? You know, if it has nothing to do with the franchise.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe
you can let me know later.
Yeah, I will. Maybe it's the fact that like they saw PT and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we need to make a game just like that."
Right.
Does it feel like it's almost a reactionary thing between what Silent Hill was going to be and Outlast and
Yes.
Gone Home, games like that?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And it just to get away from how poorly received 6 was.
Yes. It is very like it
6
is
was
very
in Tokyo,
exactly what you're
right?
saying. Like it's very PT-esque, and like if you miss PT, you wanted Silent Hills, you wanted that element of scary game to come out, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is your game. Done.
Okay. Oh yeah, 6 was, it did take place in Japan.
5 and 6 were terrible.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed 5 for what it was. Maybe it was just the co-op, and I had a great time in co-op. But
that's what it was for me. I had a blast with 5 just because I could play with my brother, and we went through the whole story a couple times, doing different, trying different things and different tactics and weapons and stuff. I don't know. I enjoyed that
punching that boulder though was.
I totally agree with 6. 6 was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Then 6 was just like what? It was like 4 storylines all into one. Was it 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, because like at the end of the third one, you unlock the 4th story. Would you play as I forgot what's her name?
Yeah, I don't remember. It wasn't that memorable.
No, I just remember Chris Redfield and.
Is it Ada Wong was in that one?
Yes, Ada. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Went through her last storyline.
Well, that's pretty much all I had for this podcast today, guys.
Ooh.
Do you have anything else you want to add to it?
Nope. Just I would be on the lookout for a feature I'm going to do for Square developers and Marvel properties to pair them up. So
Cool.
I'll have like my own little fantasy matchups for each one of those.
Ooh.
That sounds fun.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, keep an eye on that. And then let us know, if you're listening, come to the forums over on Facebook, our Facebook community page. Let us know what you do for your backlogs, how you keep track of them. We're curious, because we can make a list later on and write a little article about that and mention you in it. And that's pretty much it. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and tune in next week for more.
See you later, guys.
Later.
Bye.